also told me to keep it a secret until about...
Cooper from Millwall this morning for £1.75 million. New manager Frank Clark's first signing, and he's impressed with the all-round ability of the 26-year-old defender.
He's got a terrific shot on either foot. He's very, very aggressive in the air. He's not the tallest for a central defender, but he leaps very well, and he can be a real threat in the opposition's penalty area.
Millwall had a genuine offer from Nottingham Forest, and like I said, having spoken to Frank Clark and the ambition he's got for Nottingham Forest to get them straight back into the Premier League, which is a footballer, which is where I want to play, and I think Nottingham Forest are a good bet to achieve that straight away.
You know, I saw a lot of them last season, being down in London, and certainly for me was the best central defender in the First Division, and it's a great boost to persuade him to come here.
On Roy Keane's future, is he going, as he claims, to Manchester United?
Well, at the moment, I just have had one conversation with Martin Edwards, the chairman of Manchester United, and during the course of that conversation, no fee has been talked about. So at the moment, we have other clubs interested in, as well as Manchester United, in Roy Keane, and I can't really say at the moment whether Roy will be going to Manchester United or to any of the other clubs.
Forest are hoping for £5 million from Keane's transfer. Blackburn and Arsenal are also in pursuit. They hope a tribunal grants them at least £2 million for Nigel Clough from Liverpool, and should Stuart Pearce go, there could be another £1.5 million in the bank. But Pearce had talks at the City Ground today.
Well, Stuart's gone away now to think over the improved contract terms, and he's promised to give us a reply 10 o'clock Monday morning.
And that could start another busy week at the City Ground. Colin Cooper arrived today, Psycho announces his decision on Monday, and there could be another signing next week. Watch this space. The football last season. Stan the Man cost Forest around £2 million, so why did he join them and not a Premier club?
Stuart Pearce staying has made a great impact on me to come to the club. And you know, I'm sure that we'll go back up in one go.
Absolutely delighted to have brought him to the club. Certainly the most exciting front player in the First Division last season, if not in one of the most exciting players in English football. And I think it will be a great lift to us all that he's going to play for us next season.
The total transfer cost could rise to £2.5 million, depending on the number of games he plays and goals scored, and if Collymore wins England caps.
But I believe that as a Forest player I can do that. Obviously, you know, I've got a lot of hard work to do, settling in, etc. But I've no doubt that if I play to my full ability and you know, work well in the team, that I can fulfil that.
Stan Collymore seems to score with spectacular strikes rather than tap-ins.
They may seem spectacular to other people, but those are just goals that, you know, that score. I like to shoot, and you know, like any striker does. Some strikers get in the box and work on percentages. If I see an opportunity, well, I'll go for it. It's as simple as that, whether it be 2 yards out or 25 yards out. So they may seem spectacular, but to me, certainly at the time, you know, it's just seeing an opportunity and going for it, really.
Collymore's capture completes a hectic hat-trick of signings for Forest.
It's been a wonderful 7 days for me, and I hope for the football club and for the supporters. You know, we've signed Colin Cooper, persuaded Stuart to stay, and now brought Stan Collymore in. All of a sudden, the squad looks a lot stronger.
After Big Stan's signing, Clark's next business is to persuade Brian Laws, Gary Charles, Gary Crosby and Steve Chettle to sign on again at the City Ground. Well, could it be Collie for England?
Man, Brian Clough had thought about signing Collymore last season, but refused to pay more than £1.75 million. But the new manager, Frank Clark, has agreed a fee of £2 million for the striker. That could rise by another £500,000, depending on how many goals he scores. So, is he worth it?
It's what you have to pay to bring quality to the football club. You know, we've brought I think the best striker in the First Division. He wasn't out of contract. He hadn't asked for a transfer. In cases like that, you know, you have to pay the money to get them here.
Collymore scored 18 goals last season, and he sees his new role as providing the firepower to take Forest back to the top.
You only have to look around the ground to see it's a Premier League settle. They've always played attractive football. People always from all over the country and all over Europe for that matter respect the way that they play the game in light of how the English game's played nowadays. And you know, I just want to come here and do well for the supporters and get back into the Premier League as soon as possible.
Collimore's already a proven goal scorer in the lower divisions. Forest are hoping he'll bring them the pace and power up front to take them straight back to the Premier League.
Nottinghamshire's Chris Lewis won't now have
Barnard curled in an awkward one the last time. Morgan has gone forward for this one, waiting at the edge of the box. Manini keeping a close eye on Craig Hignett. Barnard tried to conjure something, and again Crossley punches. There's a clearer route ahead of him though this time. Sheeran lifts it over Bonalaire brilliantly. Solid drive from Appleby, but always going away from the target.
Sheeran's got a bit of, he's just got a little bit of class, a little bit of skill, sharp. It's great play. Just feeling it in there for anyone, any white shirt. Eventually to Appleby and dragging it wide, couple of yards wide.
Matty Appleby scored a couple of goals for Barnsley both this season, and both in the 6-0 win against Portsmouth. Manini. Taking his life into his hands a little on a surface like this against Sheeran. Sheeran was retreating from an offside position as Bonalaire headed it forward. Here's Scott Jones. Now Moses. Van der Laan. Moses again as Barnsley look to engineer something from that profitable right flank. They've won another corner.
I just feel Nigel Quasi over on that left-hand side, Rob, is maybe not helping Rodgers out. Roger likes to bomb forward all the time. And if he does, he's got to vacate the space left by Roger. He's got to shuffle over there quicker.
Barnsley's corner count showing the sort of pressure they've managed to exert, although a change of taker this time. Nicky Eden is the man. An outswinger from him too, Darren Barnard. And he's given it away to Ian Wright. Now Marino and Forest are breaking at pace. They've got 5 in attack. It's Quasi. Straight into Miller's hands, and Darren Barnard mightily relieved at that.
Well, I think Darren Barnard's due a bad one, because at times we see him burst the back of the net with his left foot. But his heart must have been in his mouth. There was a red charge on there.
Barnard was lining up a real special goal. Here's Wright, and Moses gets across.
Tell you what, great play from Moses. Moses had to be around there for once. This time Barnsley were square with Morgan. Moses knows what it's like playing centre half, tucking round like a good fullback should.
Two minutes of stoppage time. Here's Manini. Bonalaire. Quasi. Brown not risking the back pass. Wisest course of action. Here's Marino. Friedman. Barnard. Oh, given away by Miller. And the flag was up against Friedman as Rodgers played it forward to him.
Just once or twice Barnes have got to be a little bit careful at the back. Friedman, couple of yards off, no problem.
Here's Moses. Eden. Van der Laan picking out Scott Jones. This is Barnard. Obstructed by Bonalaire.
I don't think Bonalaire can do a lot about it. Puts it through his legs here, good feet. But what can Bonalaire do? He can't go anywhere.
Well, it would be a good time for Barnsley to make their pressure pay. In towards Sheeran!
Now Shimaka's got to be stronger there. Can't, a centre-half has to win these, attack them. Sheeran gets up above him, that's a decent header.
Nice height and direction for the goalkeeper in the end, but Sheeran causing the alarm bells to ring again very loudly.
The way he headed it down, Rob, if that's a yard either side of Crosley, I think it beats him with a skim off the ground. Right on half-time, Van der Laan shouldn't be laughing because I think he's in trouble here. Now this is clear, it's blatant. The referee was only a couple of yards away. There's a little present before you go in for your cup of tea, Robbie.
Yes, a yellow card, which will shortly be shown to Robin van der Laan. A blemish on his first half display. Shimaka's free kick, and there is the half-time whistle. And a hostile reception for that first half performance by Forest, even though Dougie Freedman had a header skim off the top of the crossbar. Barnsley have had the better of it since, Mike Sheeran in particular having chances, but neither side letting it lead to a goal. 0-0 at half-time.
Be prepared. Prepared for a confrontation which promises intense drama, the highest level of skill. Two of the country's fiercest rivals are about to meet head on. And with the match available on our interactive service, you can watch the game your way. Ford Super Sunday, Chelsea v Man United, Sunday at 3, live on Sky Sports 1, live and interactive on Sky Sports Extra, only on Sky Digital.
At Comet, we're lowering our prices. Forever. We've started by lowering the price of over 300 top products.
And as we continuously check over 15,000 prices every week, we can guarantee that the Comet price will always be low.
So, we won't need these anymore?
Lowering our prices forever?
That's Comet 6!
Yeah, I found out something really interesting. She goes jogging every morning at 8 a.m.
The hamburgers have got to go. She's a vegetarian.
She just bought a load of poetry books.
More to say than you pay as you go from 1 to 1.
Well, that's madness! This is insane! They're breaking up!
There's nobody here. There's nobody. These are compared with us. A little bit dim.
It's all furry and they're nice. Let's just try the flash. Very quick. Wasn't that quick?
On the cheap. Oh!
UK Horizons, TV that makes life worth watching.
At Comet, you can buy this Proline DVD player at this price. That's Comet Sense.
The internet isn't the future.
It's the here and now. Electronic business is going to lead us to new heights. We will shift the paradigm. We will challenge the status quo. Next up, cyberspace.
E-Panicked. From idea to implementation, we can help.
PowerGen, gas and electricity. We're the power behind power.
At Comet, you can buy this Panasonic 21-inch TV and video night-out package at this price. That's Comet sense.
This autumn, there are thousands of new products at Homebase, like 124 new wall coverings from only $3.49. 129 new paints from only $4.99. 21 new power tools from only $19.99. And 118 new lights from only $4.99. With thousands of new products, you're better off at Homebase.
There's more live championship boxing coming up for you on Saturday night. This week, Steve Robinson defends his European featherweight title against the Frenchman Claude Chinon. Live championship boxing, Saturday, 8:30, over on Sky Sports 1. Here on Sky Sports 2 and interactive on Sky Sports Extra, it's Nottingham Forest against Barnsley in the nationwide First Division, goalless at the City Ground at half-time. There is Sherwood the Bear, practicing his heading skills. Looking every bit as impressive as some of the players we've seen. And there's a pig on the pitch who wishes it was all over. Two pigs, in fact, on the pitch. There's the other one. And if we were to pretend that we'd seen a good first half, we'd be telling a few porkies. These are the match facts. 12 attempts at goal, just 3 on target, only 1 for the home side, 8 corners. We're trying to change on to page 2 of the match facts for you. It's one of those nights. It is wet in the Midlands. There we go. 9 offsides, 8 against Barnsley. The majority of those, I imagine, against Mike Sheeran in particular. The one booking Robbie van der Laan from the visitors. And as far as the action areas are concerned, well, a lot of play in the middle third. Barnsley have had more of the ball. The two wise men predicted plenty of goals before the game. Explain yourself, Nigel.
I can't. I still think there will be goals this half. I think both defensively have looked a bit sloppy. Mike Sheeran's obviously got caught offside a lot of times as well, but I'm sure there will be goals in the second half, especially in the conditions, wet and windy.
Yeah, what positives can you draw from the first 45, Ray?
I've got to say, if I'm honest, not a lot, Marcus. But, you know, as Nigel quite rightly states, the conditions are poor. So I think we will see goals. And once one goes in, then either side's got to come out and have a pop. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it happens. But I would just like to see a little bit more composure. We do have a touch of quality on the field, and it'd be quite nice if they could put a few passes together.
Let's clear up the one real talking point in the first 45 minutes, namely a possible penalty. Mike Sheeran, the man going through. Now, does he have his shirt pulled by Manini, Nigel?
I don't think it's a penalty for me. I think he's got a great chance to score there, stretches for it and puts it wide. Crossley comes out, does well. Manini maybe just tugged him a little bit there, but nothing really blatant for me. Not a penalty.
No, I think Mike was quite happy to carry on and play. I don't think there was too much there.
Well, the game started brightly enough. Dougie Friedman hit the crossbar inside the first couple of minutes, and at that stage we thought, well, yeah, we're going to get a decent game. Keeper should have come for that, shouldn't he?
Well, at the time I thought he should have come for it. It's just on the edge of the 6-yard box, but in the conditions he might most probably felt, well, I'll just stay on my line for this one.
This incident, Ray, rather summed up the first 45.
Yeah, it was an air shot. If you'd have played that, Marcus, in your golf lesson, you'd have come unstuck with that one. But yeah, it was. But I think that possibly sums up what we've actually seen. And this one here, Manini's put through, and instead of going across the face of the goal where there was Ian Wright and Rogers on the back stick, He opts to go for the near post, and that's high and wide.
And then just before half-time, perhaps the best chance for Mike Sheeran, and the keeper is at least forced to make a save.
Yeah, good ball in from Darren Barnard. We know he's got quality on that left side, and Mike Sheeran gets in front of Skimmiker there and gets the header in. And, you know, really, as a centre-half, I think Alan Brazil said in commentary, really, the centre-half's got to put his head on that, not Mike Sheeran.
So signs that there could be some goals in the second half. Remember, in Barnsley's 9 league games this season, they've scored 23 and conceded 18. That's an average of 4.5 a game. So we are due plenty in the second half. It's a cold night. We're back in a minute.
I feel like this.
What does it mean to be open? Open means you're free to go shopping whenever you like. Open means you're free to count your money while others are counting sheep. Open means you're free to email anywhere around the world. Open your mind to interactive TV. It's the biggest revolution in television since television itself.
Charmander! Charmander!
The future is coming. You gotta catch it if you can. The magic's unfolding, and you can hold it in your hand. We can touch tomorrow today. Make some memories that never fade away.
Come and make memories that'll last a lifetime at our year-long Millennium Celebration.
Celebrate the future hand in hand.
Soon, all mobile and pager numbers will come together to start with the same 2 numbers, 07, so you'll know if you're calling someone on the move. It's all part of the big number. For more information, call free on 0808 224 2000.
Italian style.
Hold up, lads. I've got an idea.
Get those motors up here now! Come on! Say cheese. Mind the beat, sir! Now! Hold on, lads. I've got an idea.
Italian drink, British bottle. V2 vodka martini.
This autumn, there are thousands of new products at Homebase, like 124 new wall coverings from only $3.49. 129 new paints from only $4.99. 21 new power tools from only $19.99. And 118 new lights from only $4.99. With thousands of new products, you're better off at Homebase.
I'm quite looking forward to tonight.
Should be good fun. Suppose you're going to want me to drive?
That's okay. I'll drive. Go on. You have a drink, eh?
No, it's all right. You have a drink. After all, he's your friend.
Our friend?
Yes, but I had a drink last time, so it's your turn.
Well, I don't really feel like drinking anyway.
No, but I don't mind driving. Why don't you relax?
I can relax without a drink, can't I?
Good news for those with a taste for the finer things. All new Mars Dark and Gold. Bite! Fluffy golden nougat, smooth caramel, and deeply dark chocolate. Bite!
The Saturday premiere, in association with Budweiser.
In the guise of Jerome Morrow, I have risen quickly through the ranks of Gattaca.
Seems you're everything they say you are and more.
Except that I am not Jerome Morrow.
So how do you expect to pull this off?
They are going to find me.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm here to tell you that it is possible. After all, there is no gene for fate.
The first showing of Gattaca, Saturday at 8 on Sky Premiere. The biggest films every Saturday night, guaranteed.
Lots of live football coming up over the weekend here on Sky Sports. Valladolid against Barcelona tomorrow from 7:30 on Sky Sports 3. Crewe against Tranmere is our offering from the First Division on Sunday. That's from midday on Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports Extra. Then Chelsea against Manchester United, Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra from 3 o'clock. And from 6:30, only on Sky Sports Extra, Real Madrid against Valencia. Tonight we're on Sky Sports 2 and Sky Sports Extra. At half-time it is 0-0 in the match between Forest and Barnsley, and in the one game taking place in Division 2 this evening it is also goalless at half-time, Colchester against Wrexham. Nottingham Forest are going to make a change at half-time. Chris Doig is coming on for Hjelde, who picked up an injury towards the interval. More on that from Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
Yes, it's already been a costly night for Nottingham Forest, who lost Petracchi with a hamstring injury in the first half and have now lost Hjelde to a hamstring injury as well. Chris Doig is only 18 years of age. He is a left-sided defender, so he will slot into the role vacated by the Norwegian. And Doig did actually make his league debut towards the end of Dave Bassett's reign in a 3-0 defeat at Manchester United last Boxing Day. And he also started the 4-0 defeat at Coventry just 2 league matches later. It's Forest who'll kick off in the second half, needing a vast improvement in their first half display if they're to quell the discontent amongst their supporters, who are soaked and unhappy on a real bleak night in the East Midlands. There's Sheeran, who's caused the home fans most concern. And there's Scott Jones. Dave Bassett will be marginally the happier of the two managers, but there is still that area of concern that for all their pressure they haven't scored, and Marino could be through here, but he lashes it across the face of goal.
Yeah, it's a chance, isn't it? Marino on his right foot, he knows it. Look, he's bitterly disappointed. What a start this would have been for Forest. Bit sloppy from Barnsley, and suddenly Marino inside the box on his right foot, going for the far post, well wide. The two centre-backs from Barnsley suddenly out of position, always dragging it wide, Marino.
Well, they're having to bring in a number of youngsters to patch up their team at the moment. Marino was the first half substitute for Petracchi. Prutton had already started the match in midfield. They've got young Doig at the back as well now, Forest. But they've started positively in the second half, and Friedman gets his shot in.
Yeah, suddenly this is better from Nottingham Forest, no doubt about it. Brown can't get to Friedman, gets across him. I thought he was going to go for the far post, but drives it straight. A good stop from Miller.
Well, this was the sort of start the Forest fans wanted to see. Barnsley have given possession away cheaply again, and it's Forest who've responded well to the half-time break. This is Doig. Cleared by Morgan to Sheeran. And Eden can't get in under control. It is a foul night. It's difficult conditions for the players. But Forest's performance in that first 45 minutes was below par. They've started well in the second period then. Eden. Schumacher. Doig. Cleared by Moses. Only to Friedman, and he's slotted right through, but he's offside.
Brown maybe a little bit relieved there, catching Ian Wright. Ian Wright knows he's offside. No real complaints. Again, it's a good start. Suddenly Barnsley are a little bit shell-shocked here.
This is Brown who made that challenge on Wright after the flag had gone up. And it's Bonalaire with the throw for Forest. Van der Laan. Barnard. This is Hignett.
They thought Eden was going to continue his run. Once again, Forest running at Barnsley.
And it's Marino. Wright and Friedman moving along the line. Moses covering.
Just a little misunderstanding there. Hignett giving the ball away. Miller, you can tell by the look. What's going on here?
Well, he's been busier in the opening few minutes of this half than he was for much of the first 45 minutes. Kevin Miller. And it's Forest here who seem to have seized the initiative.
Yeah, I think little Marino as well was looking the part the second half. He might have had a little rollicking off David Platt. More lively, more involved.
Rogers. Marino. Rogers playing for and getting the corner off Nicky Eden. Now it's the Barnsley defence with some work to do.
Barnsley hardly been out the half. He's opening 4 minutes.
Rogers with the corner. Headed away by Jones to Marino.
Well, there's nothing of Marino. He's so slight, but you can see he's got quick feet. He's trying hard to get involved more. Needs the ball to his feet. No real physical strength about him. Dragged his shot in the first minute of the second half. This time, screwing it well wide.
Made his debut for Forest this season as a substitute in the Worthington Cup against Bristol City. This is his first appearance in the league, Carlos Marino. Barnsley at last able to venture into Forest territory. Moses with the throw. Back from Appleby.
Dave Bassett, first half, Rob was quite content. He's sitting in the director's box now. So that shaky start. To the second half, he's down there where the action is.
In the opposite dugout to the one that he used to occupy when he was the home manager. It was when Ron Atkinson took over from him that he sat in the visiting dugout by mistake because he'd been so used to taking up that position. Wouldn't have been surprised if the reverse had happened with Dave Bassett tonight. He was here for a long time, just under 2 years, long time in football management terms anyway. Here's Rogers with a kick. Bonalaire combining with Friedman and headed away by Moses. He managed to get in between Marino and Wright.
And Marino just bounced off him there. Moses has made a couple of good clearances for Barnsley.
Quasi. Schumacher. Quasi, just a little bit loose, but recovered well against Hignett. Bonalaire just let it run out.
Suddenly for me, Barnsley's midfield were better. The first 45 controlling it well in there. All of a sudden now, Forest have livened up in the midfield area. He's looked the sharpest strike on the pitch.
This is the 14th match of the season for Barnsley, and they've scored in all of the previous 13. Indeed, on 5 occasions, they've managed 3 goals or more. It's proving more difficult for them tonight. That's despite the frailty of Forest's defending at times, as evidenced by the giveaway there by Manini, but Forest recovered it well. Brown, Appleby.
Just thought for a moment Van der Laan might have been in trouble there. He was late again, Rob got away with him.
Jones with a cross. Header away was by Doig. This is Eden. Hignett is up in support. Sheeran's waiting at the edge. Cleared by Doig to right.
Eden looked for a 1-2. It was too tight.
Bonalaire. Marino. Friedman. Now Prutton. Well, Marino really has been a live wire at the start of this second half.
I don't know who's complaining about it here. Look, he slips and pushes him over.
Van der Laan looking to pick out Craig Hignett.
Tonight with the conditions, the passing, it has to be to feet.
Craig Hignett was part of the Middlesbrough team, promoted as runners-up to Nottingham Forest a couple of years ago. Manini. It's Quasi. It's his right. Nice turn and movement again.
Good play from Brown. Ian Wright's unlucky. Try to find his strike partner, Friedman. Great balance, Ian Wright. Cuts inside here. Look at Freeman lurking. But Brown cuts it out.
They're out by Hignett. It's been more difficult for Barnsley to get a foothold in the second half. Shimaka. There's Morgan. Miller uncomfortable with his kicking. This is right. Marino. This is Bonalaire. Quasi. Challenged by Appleby. Van der Laan. Eden. Moses. Better kick this time by Miller. Nigel Quasi. Prutton. Layoff by Friedman was behind Bonalaire. Barnard.
One of those in trouble, Rob, I think. Referee running over, well, maybe just giving them the benefit of the doubt. But Barnard likes a little bit more of Darren Barnard.
Here's Jones with the free kick. Van der Laan. Eden. Cleared by Doig. Morgan skillfully negotiating his way out of problems there against Marino. And Hignett this time is onside. The flag stays down. He's through. Can he finish? No, he can't.
Well, if there's any play on the pitch you fancy to score one-on-one with Crossley, you'd say it was Craig Hignett. His first touch is fine. Watch Bonalaire getting back on him. He's got a good couple of yards. Takes it on the left-hand side. Bonalaire's presence just takes his eye off the ball. That's a poor finish from Craig Hignett. Normally he just tucks him away, no problem at all. It's a bad miss. Look at the space there as well for Craig Hignett. Just try to curl it to Crosley's right.
It's the clearest sight of goal that Barnsley have had all night. For once they sprang the offside trap. And it was a good central position as well for Hignett. Morgan. Now Brown.
Game's opening up now.
Surely it can't stay goalless for too much longer. It was hit up heavily for Miller and he did very well there.
I tell you what, he done well with the first touch as well. On this greasy surface, he had to concentrate there.
Moses. Oh, he got himself into problems with his first touch and Marino just caught him late.
Kevin Miller showing a little touch of class here, but look, that's not easy. Takes it with his instep, suddenly thinks, uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. Oh, brilliant.
And Eden at the other end giving Mark Crossley a touch. He willing to set Forest on their way quickly, but it's Moses who's there. Free kick, Bonalaire. Here's right. Quasi. Prutton gets it across.
I think the fans have had enough of this mediocrity, Rob. They're really, both ends are trying to get up and raise the standard of the game. Just drilled in, no one really gets a touch at Morgan almost.
Well, there was plenty of jeering when the teams went off at half-time, but the atmosphere has changed in the second half.
I'm just thinking of Craig Hignett, that chance, that was glorious. You know, his touch was good, he was a couple of yards clear. And you just think, right, where's he putting it? To the right or the left of Crosley? There was a big gap as well to Crosley's right.
Brown. Jones. Now Barnard. Brown. Headed away by Doig. This is Van der Laan.
Using his left arm.
Friedman. Now Marino. It's Moses.
Again, Moses tucking round well for the fullback.
Jones. There's Doig. This is Van der Laan. Sheeran. Eden is offside.
Disappointment again for Barnsley. They've got to watch that line, looking along the line. Moses trying to find Eden. There's not much in the match now. Forest definitely brighter in this second half.
Two-thirds of the way through, the game has a more balanced look about it now. Exactly the same as happened in the last home game when Forest came out of the blocks flying at the start of the second half, having trailed to a first half goal from Wolves. This is Eden. Hignett. Sheeran was up ahead, but Forest have squeezed up here and they're desperate to stay onside. Barnard was offering an option of width to the left. This is Moses. Marino. This is Rogers. Morgan let it bounce and could get himself in problems with Wright, but he redeemed the situation, having taken a real gamble.
I don't know what he was thinking of there, especially on this surface.
Now Brown. Hignett being careful to stay onside, and he pulled so far back that Bonalaire in the end had the edge for the through ball.
Thought Brown could have given him it first time.
Schumacher. Doig. Marino foul by Nicky Eden. And this is Rogers.
So it's not a bad effort, you know, from Rogers there. That is not a bad ball. You know, I think your forwards have got to react to that. That's in the danger area.
Here's Sheeran. Van der Laan has made a break through the middle, and Sheeran has found him. Well saved, Hignett, and cleared by Schumacher.
It's a good stop from Crossley. Good stop, standing firm. Van der Laan gets good power on it. Beautiful little slip pass here. Mike Sheeran just biding his time, has a look. Go on then, he says. Van der Laan, good touch, good strike, nice save.
And before the resulting corner's taken, Barnsley want to make a change, and the reason for the booing around the City ground is the man they want to bring on, Neil Shipley, who was hardly the most popular character during his time here. He's coming on to take the place of Mike Sheeran, Neil Shipley, but he had an horrendous time after Dave Bassett brought him to the City ground and scored only one goal. Took a lot of stick from the terraces, which has resumed now, and I'm sure he'd like to ram that down the throats of the fans who are now giving him a hostile reception.
Interesting substitution, Rob. Are we talking injuries or tactical?
Cleared by Crossley. Eden tries to belt it back in there. This is Craig Hignett.
Well, just when you think Robbie's going to bend it with his right foot, He can be ever so clever, but this time it doesn't fox. Well, it doesn't fox Crossley. Crossley stands firm again. Good spell from Barnsley on his right foot.
Rodgers here on the break, hits one and scores! Suddenly out of nothing, Alan Rodgers on the break, finds the bottom corner of the net. It's his first league goal of the season, and Forest are in the lead here.
Well, perhaps Dave Bassett's thinking Craig Hignett should have blasted it now. Suddenly Rodgers on the burst, on his good left foot. Look at the angle. Should the goalkeeper be beaten from there? Yes, it's a greasy, slick surface, but just creeping inside Miller's left-hand post. Miller gets his angles all wrong. He's behind one of his defenders too. Unsighted. Rodgers doesn't care. 1-0.
Adds to the one that he scored against Bristol City here in the Worthington Cup. But suddenly, from being under pressure at one end, Alan Rodgers, who was signed by Dave Bassett from Tranmere, scores against Bassett's team. And now Neil Shipperley with more reason than ever to try and score against his former club. The failure to turn that pressure into goals for Barnsley could now be so costly. And here goes Prutton, cleared by Brown. Jones gets it away for the throw-in. Bonalaire with the throw. And now Neil Shipperley being taunted with cries of "what's the score" from the fans who are resuming their hostilities with him.
It's amazing. It was a good little spell for Barnsley as well, wasn't it? With Hignett's chance, then his second chance, try to be, well, not clever, but I'm sure Dave would have liked to see him hit that one.
Here's Ian Wright. Brown. Along trying to get it clear, Morgan succeeding. Barnard. Moses.
Well, he didn't want it early. Just as he checks his run, Moses delivers.
Well, Forest can ill afford complacency. They've let too many points drift away. Jones. Hignett. Barnard. Hignett. Jones. Barnard taking a fall. Fouling Manini. Well, Barnard is going to be punished still further, the referee indicating to him that he'd had a warning once before.
Crossley coming over just to have a little look, see what's going on. That's harsh, isn't it? In fact, I can't believe that.
Barnard booked.
That looked to nothing, Rob.
Crossley with a free kick.
Well, you can't blame Rodgers, can you? You know, he wasn't really going forward as much as we've seen him first half. But suddenly Crossley, count this, 12 seconds. When Barnsley almost took the lead. Look at us for a run. Deep in his own half, goes past one. Nicky Eden keeps running, cuts inside in his left peg. Look at the keeper's position. And that's a soft goal if you're a Barnsley fan.
Rodgers cutting through the Barnsley defence all too easily. Great ground that he made up.
Just what Forest needed though. That's now suddenly can they go on and and add to this Rodgers goal. But it was a better second half from Forest.
And Marino this time has picked himself up and got away from Moses. And he's managed to get into Baudelaire! That's a cracking strike! And Baudelaire, like Rodgers before him, a Dave Bassett signing for Nottingham Forest, ruining the former manager's return to the City ground.
Well, we spoke of Marino's liveliness. Look, he gets up first, cuts back inside, has a good look up, spots Baudelaire, but what about this finish? That is superb. Miller, absolutely no chance. Baudelaire, nothing of him, he's slight, but that is beautiful, unstoppable. Beautiful shape with his left foot, curling inside the post. Miller looks on, 2-0.
Sort of finish that Darren Barnard would have been proud of. Thierry Baudelaire with a textbook finish. And it looks like being Forest night. And David Platt's team poised to slot into the top half of the table.
Maybe thinking now, come on, add to it. Let's get a few more goals. This could be the start of the season. The Forest need this match. The Marino, beautiful spot. Baudelaire on the far side, it wasn't an easy chance. What a strike.
Well, what a sweet strike it was. His first goal of the season, Thierry Baudelaire. His first since last December. Here's Appleby.
Just feel now, Rob, don't you? Barnsley need to hit back quick if they're going to get back in it.
And Shipley gets it through, Hignett!
Well. Two great saves this fella's made. One from Van der Laan, and that is a peach.
Well, the chances that Hignett has missed could be so costly at the end of the night.
What a chance to get back in it as well. Good play, good strength from Chipperley. Hignett all alone suddenly thinks, here we go, we're back in. That's a smashing save.
Well, had Barnsley scored there, it could have been a helter-skelter finish, but Crossley denying Craig Hignett.
That was a great save. How he got down to that to push it away, brilliant. Suddenly the second half's coming alive. Hignett this time goes for power, but look at Crossley get down with one hand. Brilliant.
Well, Mark Crossley found himself as the third choice goalkeeper in the promotion season of a couple of years ago, behind Dave Besant and Pascalot in the order. But more concern for Barnsley with Matt Appleby down injured at the moment.
Yeah, Appleby has been getting involved in so many good challenges. It just looks like a twist, doesn't it? It's not a kick. Let's hope he's okay. Because Barnsley suddenly, we're just about to, well, not take charge, but did some real good pressure. But what a save this fella's pulled off. I thought his one from Van der Laan was a good one. Shipley's strength, does well. Hignett doesn't try to be clever, blasts it. Kept it low too. That's what made it a smashing save.
Well, could have had a hat-trick, couldn't he? The one that he slotted wide when he got free, the clever chip that he tried just before Forest opened the scoring, and that blast which was well saved by Mark Crossley. It really hasn't been Craig Hignett's night so far. More action to come for you on Sky Sports this weekend, with Crewe against Tranmere from Nationwide League Division 1, Sunday at noon on Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports Extra. And after that, you must make sure you're with us for Chelsea against Manchester United, Super Sunday at 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra, giving you interactive football coverage on Sky Digital. Forest could well and truly wrap it up with a third goal. Morgan there to deny Rodgers, the scorer of the first. Flicked on by Wright. Quasi. Baudelaire.
That's a good effort, but he won't be worried about that. Quasi making the run. Baudelaire He won't hit too many sweeter than Forrest's second goal. That was unstoppable. Miller, I think maybe first goal, he got himself in a dodgy angle behind one of his players, unsighted. The second one, no chance at all with. Beautiful goal.
Eden steers it around for Adi Moses. Barnsley desperate to prove there's still some fight left in them yet. And Dave Bassett could well be making a change here. Georgi Hristov. In goes Eden's corner. And Eden now will get a second bite at the cherry. Bonalaire reaches out. And Marino brings it clear. Wright has advanced to his left and has now gone through the middle. Can Marino find the right ball? He just delayed it.
He's unlucky because Ian Wright's given him the space. Superb. Ian Wright's the run, saying, go on, slip it, slip it. And suddenly he's got two options, Marino, right? He doesn't think so. He can give him it, or he can use the space that Ian Wright's vacated. He didn't do either.
Throw-in will be delayed for a moment while Barnsley make their change. Matt Appleby, who's just had treatment for that twist earlier from the challenge with Prutton, is now about to come off and be replaced by Georgi Hristov.
Still time. It's going to be tough now. It's going to be hard for Hristov to come in and make a big impact. 2 goals they need.
Taking it with the throw.
Well, he does score some great goals, this fella, Craig Hignett. He could have had 3 tonight.
Forest poised to extend their unbeaten home run to 7 games. What a disappointing night this will be for Barnsley if it stays this way. They had so much of the pressure in the first half. They've had the chances.
Sometimes, Rob, though, you know, you don't get the deserving games. You know, I'm sure they'll, if it stays the same way, 2-0 down, they'll go home on the bus saying, hey, hold on a minute, if we'd have taken the chances, it was 3 points for us. You know, you'd rather do that and play well than not play well and sneak a 0-0.
Here's Marino.
Can only do that for so long. But this fella's made an impact signing, hasn't he? There's not a lot of him, but he's got great balance, he's got quick feet, he's got a little burst of acceleration on his right foot. He's had 3 shots tonight, all off target. That's the only disappointing side to this game. Look at that. Even Stevens, but top left tells you a different story. Barnsley more on target and yet behind. But you have to say Crossley has thwarted Dave Bassett's man.
Barnsley will perhaps look back on this as a missed chance to go to the top of the table. It's been very topsy-turvy at the top of the division, with the likes of Birmingham and Manchester City and Ipswich all holding the leadership at some stage. Barnsley could have gone there had they won here tonight, but with just 13 minutes to go and needing 3 goals to achieve that, it's looking highly unlikely.
Yes, you know, Dave, you know, they're playing, they passed it well, they've created chances. On another night they take them, so you keep going.
Friedman, right.
I think Dave would be really disappointed on the first goal. Second goal, I don't think he can do too much about, apart from maybe say to Craig, hit the back of the ball, but he knows what type of player Craig is. He does try these clever things. And when they come off, it's brilliant.
Ian Wright. This is Jones. Moses falling on this slippery surface. This is Christoph.
Barnsley need a bit of magic now. 12 minutes remaining. They've got to do it quick.
It's been a real Jekyll and Hyde performance by Forest. So lacklustre in the first half, and yet it's as though someone has switched them on for the second. And David Platt may well reflect that he's being left to do with too much work at half-time.
Oh, first 45 minutes, David would have been. I can't accept this. Much better second.
Here's Manini. Headed clear by Moses. Eden won it. Quasi charging in, and Wright picks out Rogers. Great vision from Wright. Prutton's in the middle calling for it.
A solid 50-50 there, wasn't there? And when it falls to Rogers on his left foot, well, we see his impact with his goal, Forrest's first goal, but can deliver a beautiful ball. Now he's venturing forward much more.
Prutton lining one up.
Good effort on his right foot. Shown a nice few touches, this fella, big strong lad, Prutton, on his right foot. Good effort, right on target. Miller had to watch it.
Ian Wright late coming back from an offside position. This is Moses. That's Christoph who's offside.
That's been one side of Barnsley's game. I think they'll be disappointed. You know, just too many times off. I know there were several were marginal, Rob, but it's just sometimes a little bit laziness. Look at that, that's too much. I say Forest's home record is not bad at all. Not too many sides who want to come here.
She won more away in the league than they did here at the City Ground last season. Although they did pick up towards the end of the campaign, to the extent that Tottenham were the last visiting side to win a league match here back in April. It's Quasi. Alan Rogers. Eden. Moses. This is Brown. Morgan. Jones. Darren Barnard. Forest looking comfortable now. Jones. This is Brown. Friedman doing well to press hard and finding Wright. Bonalaire's joined the attack again. This is Chris Doig.
You know, first half, Rob, with Barnsley getting the wide people forward, good width. Suddenly the second half, Forest are getting forward. No, Marino's been good down the left, and obviously down the other side, Bonalaire's got forward. Hence, a great second goal.
Eden. He's managed to get it across to Christoph, but the flag was up. And Forest want to make another change at a suitable break in play. Marlon Harewood will soon be entering the action. Rogers. Marino. Right. Marino again.
He's a slippery little customer, isn't he?
Curled across by Rogers, beyond the reach of Prutton. Nice bit of high jumping from David Prutton, and throw-in taken too quickly because the substitution will now take effect. And Ian Wright may not have scored tonight, but some of his movement and his touches have shown again his great class. Great reception for him as he comes off. And Marlon Harewood is the man who takes his place. Right, remember, who'll be suspended for the Fulham match. Going out, it seems, on a winning note.
That puts Forest up top 10. It stays this way. And there's a lot more to come, you feel, from Forest. I don't think Barnsley will be too disappointed, Rob.
Christoph battling away with Schumacher. Van der Laan keeping the pressure on. Friedman. Prutton picking out Rodgers. Surely they won't allow him the room to manoeuvre again. He's curled it round this time to Marino. Cleared by Moses, but only to Rodgers. Brown vitally getting there. Quasi. Opens up for Prutton.
Tries him, John himself, youngster. Quasi himself is not old. Prutton suddenly sees the space. Little spirit into it, bang. This time well, high and over, but you can see the smile. Yeah, that's what we want.
Flourished on his home debut tonight, the England under-18 international. He was in the squad for the UEFA Championship qualifiers against Spain and Cyprus and San Marino. He's enjoying his experience in the Forest first team. Christoph is through here though, and he's around the goalkeeper! And the flag is up!
Well, Christoph can't believe it. And he's got to be careful now. Suddenly Forest just taking the foot off the pedal a wee bit. Christoph, wow. Look at this, straight from the goalkeeper. And I tell you what, it doesn't look offside to me. The ball was in the air a long time. It's not Barnsley's night. Christoph does well, tucks it away.
Well, he looked for a long time at the referee's assistant.
You know, just looking at the linesman there, Rob, he was almost indicating it was a handball. Shipley was involved. I wonder if it's an infringement before the ball finds its way to Christoph. You see it. Well, there's no handball there, is there? No handball there. Is it there? Well, I can see Doig immediately put his arms up, claiming, is this harsh? The arm comes over and there's probably the slightest touch with the arm. Good spot from the linesman.
Bonnelet. Barnard. Oh, and he's through again. It's Christoph. Now as he pulled down by Schumacher.
Yeah, referee's given a goal kick. You know, this is what we were saying earlier, you know, Forest are going to win the game, there's no doubt about it. But in terms of being flat, being square, that's something they're going to have to work on. To see Schumacher tugging away with Christoph, it's a good battle for it. And there's a little trip there. There's no doubt about it, there's a little trip. Can't get any worse for Barnsley. Look at the feet. There's a little trip there.
Well, Forest reckon they've been on the wrong end of some refereeing decisions, particularly in the matches we've covered. Remember the Lee Hughes goal for West Brom that was seemingly offside, and then there was the free kick for Wolves when the ball appeared to be rolling. So they'll think perhaps that they're due some luck from refereeing verdicts. Helped on by Eden. course, that's not much of a consolation to Barnsley, who are continuing to probe and seek out these chances, and yet still can't beat Crossley, legally at least. Here's Harewood. Forrest has the free kick, and then Jones goes in late on Bonalaire.
Jones, he is fiery.
Brown intervenes as well, and Morgan is just pulling him away.
That's something Harewood's got to sort himself out as well. That's him getting involved as well.
Rogers flung out his arm as well there.
That's frustrating. You know, Barnsley are totally frustrated. He just feels that Bonalaire's going over the top here. You see Brown and Harewood. Well, that's not a lot wrong there. Jones. Now Bonalaire's about to arrive on the scene. You can see it's the studs, it's Bonalaire's studs that have angered Jones, and there's the reaction. Harewood himself getting involved.
And it's for that reason that Bonalaire has been shown the yellow card, and Jones, for his reaction, may be about to follow him in the book.
Look at Jones's eyes, see what colour this card's going to be. Surely yellow.
It is. It's a shame from Bonalaire's point of view that he's had to spoil a performance with a cracking goal by picking up a yellow card. Friedman! It's yet another Bassett boy. It's 3-0 to Forest. And the former Forest manager has made a disappointing return to the City ground.
So again, it's that aerial ball again that we talked about. You can see it goes over Brown's head. It's a nice ball in the box. Friedman reacts the best, just gets a toe to this. And there's no chance of the goalkeeper from 5 yards. Just watches it, beats him to his left. But Barnsley's worrying in that central defensive area. But Friedman, it's another one to his tally, 3-0.
Rogers, Bonalaire and Friedman, the goal scorers. And Barnsley are now finally sunk. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go on. And here's Prutton looking to widen the gap still further. Harewood. Marino. Quasi. Doig. Crossley's played his part with some important saves. Jones, who of course was also booked in that skirmish with Bonalaire.
Forest fans are taunting Dave Bassett a little bit about what's the score, but I think Dave will be, Dave's been around too long to know that his side had chances to win this match.
Sure, will go away at the end of the evening wondering how they can have been on the wrong end of a 3-0 scoreline after the number of chances that they've had in this game and the sort of pressure that they exerted, particularly in the first half. But Forest have been a changed team since the break, and the difference between the two sides is that they've taken their opportunities.
Yeah, David Platt will know that second half performance, a little bit more of that. Teams won't fancy coming here at the City ground. Marino's been excellent second half.
Quasi. Rogers. Harewood timing his run. Oh, no holding back there as he slid in on Miller. It's confirmation of that booking for Scott Jones for the incident with Bonalaire earlier. Here's Schumacher. Harewood. And Brown's
foot was high.
Well, the referee's given nothing, and they all stood off for a moment there.
Brown just hesitated slightly. I think Brown's a good player on the ground when it's in the air. Sometimes just hesitated. I think Harewood sees his chance here. Brown with a left foot volley, bang, and that can be nasty. Brown's going for the ball, but look at this. Wow, to be honest, Harewood's gone down, but looking at that, I didn't see any contact.
The introduction of Carlos Marino has had a significant effect on Forest's second half performance, and therefore he has been named the nationwide man of the match for that live wire display.
It's a great ball to Bonalaire, who was lurking far post, just picked him out beautifully, and then the finish, well, sensational finish.
Forest set to go up to 8th place in the table.
Just got to sort their way format. You know, there's a lot more work to be done. It's not daft.
Shipley. Barnard's cross. Cleared by Doig.
Doig's done well, you know. He's a young lad, he's come on, he's hasn't put a foot wrong.
Hignett. Pulled across by Barnard. Eden with the corner. Van der Laan powering in. Dave Bassett's first return to the City ground since his sacking in January is a disappointing one. David Platt's team getting the upper hand in the second half for an emphatic looking 3-0 victory. And it was 3 of Dave Bassett's signings who got the goals. Alan Rogers, who started it off. Thierry Bonalaire, who got the pick of the bunch, the second goal, and then it was rounded off by Dougie Freedman. All the goals in the second half, and Bonalaire's in particular a quality effort. Alan Rogers was allowed to make up too much ground by the Barnsley defence for that first strike. But what about this? Marino, the substitute who transformed things, set it up, and what a strike that was for his first goal of the season. And Barnsley finally sunk with an instinctive effort from Dougie Freedman. 5 Bassett signings in the starting 11 for Forest tonight, 3 of them on the score sheet, and Bonalaire in particular can be delighted with his goal. Barnsley, though, will wonder how this one got away. Hignett missed a hatful of chances, so too did Sheeran. They finished on the losing side. Nottingham Forest 3, Barnsley 0.
Thanks to Rob and Alan. Now, plenty more live football over the next couple of days on Sky Sports. Tomorrow, Sky Sports 3, it's Valladolid against Barcelona from 7:30. We're back on Sunday midday, Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports Extra. Crew against Tranmere, currently bottom of the First Division, of course. Then it's Chelsea-Manchester United on a Super Sunday, Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra from 3 o'clock. And from 6:30 in the evening on Sky Sports Extra, more Spanish action as Real Madrid take on Valencia. Well, we'll have reaction from the City ground when we come back. A wet night has seen Barnsley's unbeaten run come to a skidding halt. Forest climb into the top 10. See you in a couple of minutes.
They're coming back to the UK for one night only. And this time they're out in force. Get ready for a night of rebellion. Live and exclusive Saturday at 7:30. Sky Box Office presents Rebellion. Book before midnight for the early price of £12. Call 0990 800 800. Cable customers, contact your local operator.
When the whole world is watching, you have to look your best.
The last thing you need is dandruff. Introducing L'Oréal Elvive's first anti-dandruff shampoo.
It keeps my hair clean, shiny and controllable.
Wash out the dandruff. Wash that healthy feeling back in.
It's fast, it's effective, and it lasts.
When your hair looks this great, why hide it behind your collar? New L'Oreal Elvive Anti-Dandruff Shampoo.
It's L'Oreal and I'm worth it.
Buy your gas and electricity from British Gas, and you could be guaranteed cheaper electricity prices than your local supplier. Until 2002. A monster offer from British Gas. Call 0845 606 2002.
Welcome to the land of ancient gods and golden pharaohs. Welcome to Alexander the Great and the legendary Cleopatra. Welcome to where Moses received the Ten Commandments and Jesus Christ found refuge. Welcome to rainbows under the sea and moonbeams over the Nile. Welcome to 7,000 years of astonishing history. Egypt. Welcome to our 7th millennium.
This is barefoot up the country.
You can give these young players proper jerseys. You can give them shorts, you can give them socks. You can give them the best boots in the world. You just can't give them what comes naturally.
Anyone see my boot?
Tetley's bitter. Smoothly does it. One day, I'll land on Earth like an alien from outer space.
One day, I'll go to a place where people defy gravity.
One day, I'll travel through a human body.
One day, I'll be able to change my face at the touch of a button.
One day, I'll go on £1 million spending spree.
One day, I'll go to a huge indoor beach.
Take an intergalactic journey one day.
Mental flotation tanks.
3D computer game hero. One day.
One day, you'll do all these things in the Dome. What an amazing day. Book now at National Lottery retailers for the experience of the millennium.
Go right now. Just go right for now. Turn on the next one. What, I'm still going round? Oh, gosh. I'm going right. That's it. Keep going right. In my mind, there's another place for me. Hey! Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right again. You don't know where you're going, do you? Yeah, no, just go right. Just keep going round. I can see what you're doing, you know. Which way? Right!
Welcome back to the City Ground, where Nottingham Forest have beaten Barnsley by 3-0. 25 attempts at goal in the end, 11 on target, most of those in the second half, and 12 corners. Fair few offsides. Barnsley caught out 13 times. 4 bookings: Van der Laan, Barnard and Jones of Barnsley. Thierry Bonelaire saw yellow. He also scored a goal, of course. Action areas in the first half. It all happened in the middle third. Over the 90 minutes, possession was dead level. And in the second 45, Forest had more of it, but again, an awful lot in the middle third. Well, let's hear from Forest's 3 goal scorers, Alan Rogers, Thierry Bonelaire and Dougie Freeman. They're all talking to Alan Bentley.
Dougie, if we can start with you. What did David Platt say at half-time? Because there was a heck of a change.
It was a change. He's told us in no uncertain terms that we've got to step it up. We've got to liven the game up, the tempo of the game. Remind us that we were at home, not in the a kick up the backside, that's what you call it.
And all of a sudden the confidence just seemed to come flooding back, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I think a few of the players, especially the young players in the team, are lacking a bit of confidence, especially at home. But in the second half they showed their worth.
And speaking of confidence, Thierry, what about that left-footed volley of yours?
Yeah, but it's nothing about confidence. It's just something we've done in a training ground, and sometimes it happened, and sometimes we can miss it, but sometimes you can score.
You don't score too. You don't score too many. Was that the best you ever scored, though?
Yeah, no. It's not the best. No. I'm not joking. It's not the best. So have a look on my tape, and you will see. So, but the problem is I don't play very forward, so that's why I can't score many goals. So that's it.
Alan, do you believe him?
No, not really. I think it's the best he scored.
I will put you my
I'm sure we'll see the tape. We'll see the tape.
And poor old Dave Bassett, all three of you were signed by him.
Yeah, I mean, Addy was superb. He a little bit unfortunate to get the sack, but things got to move on. He's doing well at Barnsley. They could have went top of the league, I think, tonight if they would have won. But it was our night tonight.
And just quickly, it is vital though that you now build on this.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to build on it. We took 3 points tonight. I don't think we've been playing too well. As you've seen in the first half, it's taken a bit too long to get started, but we can just take that on board now and go on from there.
Well, finally, what about you? I mean, there has been speculation as to your future. Liverpool are said to be keen. Can you cope with all that?
Yeah, just get on with it, until the manager tells me otherwise. I'm still a Forest player.
Well, thanks a lot, lads. Cheers.
Well, Thierry Bonnet was very, very anxious to make it clear that he has scored better goals than that. I'd like to see them. Well done to him, well done to all three of them, and well done to their manager, David Platt, who is waiting to talk to us now. Good evening, David.
How are you doing? You okay?
Very well, thank you. That second half performance in particular must have warmed you up on a filthy night.
It does warm you up, yeah, but to be honest with you, what we've got to do is make sure we start producing performances like that for 90 minutes. I think that inconsistency showed itself again in tonight's game, really. We didn't start off in the first half. We weren't positive enough. I think, people start to read things. They start to read that you've only won one game in 7, etc., etc. And you come at home and you're on the television and maybe you're a little bit worried if the game doesn't go, and I think we had to show that we were positive. We had to take the game to Barnsley, and in the second half we did that. I think in the first half they had a few efforts on goal simply because we didn't put them under enough pressure.
You must have been especially pleased with the performance of some of your youngsters, the likes of Pruton, Marino, Doig, all came into the side and looked very accomplished out there in difficult conditions.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you. Paul Hart and Steve Wigley in the academy and all the other academy coaches have brought some great youngsters through the ranks here at Nottingham Forest, and I've got no qualms whatsoever in playing people like that. Young David Pruton especially, he played actually, Ray Wilkins actually saw him play for Chelsea Reserves, for us against Chelsea Reserves, a few weeks ago. And he had an exceptional game there in the heart of the defence. But he's a midfielder by trade, and he showed it. He closes down well. Chris Doig especially, again, he's come on. That's about his 3rd game, something like that, and he's never let us down. And I was very, very pleased with Charlie Marino tonight. I thought when he came on, it gave us that little bit of a spark and that little bit of invention that maybe our first half performance was lacking.
Alan Rodgers is still a youngster, of course. He was on target tonight, and I imagine the likes of Liverpool will have taken note of that. What is the situation as far as he's concerned, David?
Alan Rodgers is a Nottingham Forest player. He just said that on the television. There has been speculation, none of it true. I actually spoke to Peter Robinson last week, and he told me that none of it was true.
Just a final point, your home form all season has been pretty good. Away from home, just 2 points from 15. I imagine that's an area you'll be concentrating on over the next few weeks.
Those are them negatives that my players shouldn't hear about. You're at it now. No, I mean, to be honest with you, sorry, no. We've been inconsistent. During games and throughout the season as well. We haven't really capitalised on the opportunities we've set ourselves up for here at the City Ground, and we've got 10-12 days now before our next game in the Worthington Cup, and then we'll take on Sheffield United. But yes, we do have to build on that. If we've got designs on going up this year, then we've certainly got to improve our away form.
Sorry to be negative at times, David. Thank you for talking to us.
Don't worry, thanks very much.
OK, David Platt looking on the bright side, and in the end, Nigel, a few bright aspects for him to dwell on over the weekend.
Yeah, 3 goals and 3 points, and 3 good youngsters who played today. But I think he's disappointed, as he showed there in the first half performance. But second half, they played a lot better. They could have still gone behind if Craig Hignett had been a little bit sharper in front of goal. And obviously the pressure does come on you at home, but I think overall you have to say that second half they played extremely well.
Barnsley did have chances, good chances, Ray, didn't they?
Especially first half, yeah, there's some super chances, and
and I thought they're a little bit unlucky not to go in perhaps a goal up, but it was a poor first half. And I think Dougie Freedman hit it on head. David said a few strong words at half-time, and they picked their game up, and they do have players that can create, and they created some good goals.
And perhaps a little bit of luck with the first goal, because I'm sure Kevin Miller, the Barnsley keeper, will look back on this and think that perhaps he was in the wrong position at the wrong time.
Yeah, but it's poor defending from Nicky Eden there in the first place. The defender's dropping off, and this actually goes through Eddie Moses' legs. But Kevin Miller in the goal, I think, has got to do better than that. I think he's just misjudged this. He pulls his arm away. He doesn't push it round the post, actually pulls his arm away, and it was a bad goal from one end straight to the other.
What did you make of Rodgers' performance overall, Ray?
I thought he did okay. He wasn't tested too much defensively on his side, left side of the field, but going forward he looks very strong, very quick. He's got a lovely left foot. He had a couple of good deliveries into the penalty area as well, so he had a fair game. It was a difficult night for the guys, I've got to say.
Young Marino certainly did stamp his authority on the match, deservedly got the Man of the Match award and was instrumental in the second goal. Some finish from the great goal scorer, Thierry Bonneler, as he'd have us believe.
Yeah, but he does well. But look, Moses here, just knocked that back to the goalkeeper. We stop it there. He could just knock that back to his goalkeeper. There's no pressure on him, but he tries to turn on it. As we roll it on, he tries to turn on it, and Marino, who did very well second half, puts him under pressure. As David Platt said, they didn't do that in the first half, but then he picks out a lovely cross, and Thierry Bonneler won't hit a sweeter left foot volley than that, because he is right-footed, as we know, but with a left foot like that.
Well, he might, if we'd
I've got
believe
to see
it.
the tape.
Yeah,
I've got to see the tape, because if he's hit a better strike than that, then I'm a monkey's uncle.
I'd wondered about that. We'll try and dig out the Bonneler tape. Third goal in the last couple of minutes was, well, it was all over by then. I just want to mention on that second goal, the referee did very well, didn't he, to play on? I mean, we're always quick to criticise, but
he did do well
let that
there.
one go.
He did do well there to let that go, because Moses did pull him back. But we have to say that the booking of Darren Barnard was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
Get a yellow card for that. It's diabolical.
We mentioned the chances that Barnsley had. Craig Hignett in particular will look back on tonight with a little bit of disappointment. Mark Crosley, who's been injured recently, back in goal and back at his very best. This was outstanding, Raymond, wasn't it?
Fabulous save. You know, he does well there, Craig. He gets one sight at it and hits it very hard. And Mark's a big guy, but he got down very, very sharp.
They also had the ball in the back of the net near the end. Georgi Christoph, now alleged handball. Nigel and I had a bit of a row about this. You tell us what you think, first of all, Nigel.
Well, I think he's gone to control that with his chest, and his hands are up to control it with his chest, and it just hits his hand. I don't think he means to. It's just a slight deflection. He takes it on his chest in the first place there, and OK, you think that he takes it with his hand, maybe.
Well, what do you think, Ray?
I never agree with you, Buckers, but I'm going to have to agree with you tonight. I thought he used his arm. That's the first time, that.
It is, and probably the last as well.
I'm disappointed in myself.
A minute later, Christoph thought he should have had a penalty, getting involved in a tangle with Ricky Schimaker. What about this one, Nigel?
No penalty for me. I think he's actually holding Ricardo Schimaker's shirt himself. He's actually holding his shirt.
That Marcus, he actually realises that he's not going to catch it.
Yeah.
You know, he wouldn't have called that on a 750 motorbike, and that was just one of those things, and he thought, well, I'll have a bash. Didn't get it.
No. Third goal in the last minute, as I said, didn't mean a lot, although it did cost our producer a few pounds after a bet he put on before the game.
Again, quality ball. If you get a quality ball going in, that's Rodgers again on his left foot, which is super. He's got a super left foot. That one's going in there. Dougie Freedman does very well, gets across the front of his marker. I think it's Morgan, and just toe pokes it in.
Yeah, keeping no chance on this. It's just a good delivery. And Doogie got on the end of it and towed it in the corner, 3-0.
Yeah. OK, well, of course, Barnsley could have gone to the top of the table had they won. Wasn't to be. This is the bottom, first of all. Don't forget, Tranmere live on Sunday against Crewe. Their away form is miserable, so there's every chance that Tranmere will still be bottom of the First Division come Sunday evening, but who knows? Nottingham Forest started the night in 14th place. They are up 6 to 8th with 13 points from 10 games, the majority of those points at home, and Barnsley stay in 6th place. Now, one other game to tell you about tonight. In the second division, it finished Colchester 2, Wrexham 2. Gareth Owen put Wrexham in front. Carl Dogood equalised. Andrew Morrell restored the lead for the Welsh side, but Richard Wilkins in the 90th minute with an equaliser. He's no relation of yours, is he, Ray?
No, he scored a goal. He couldn't be no relation of mine.
Brief thoughts about Crewe and Tranmere on Sunday, Nigel?
Well, hopefully it'll be a good open game with plenty of goals.
OK, there we are. We're back midday on Sky Sports 3 and interactive on Sky Sports Extra for that. There's confirmation. big game as far as John Aldridge and co are concerned. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage tonight. It's been wet, miserable, cold. Barnsley have missed out on the chance to go top, but Forest maintain their impressive home form. From us all, for now, it is goodbye.
History, just say it's unknown. There's a 17 contest in my home. I'm sick of 17